New tonight, tributes for the two young journalists murdered on live television.
Allison was a marvelous storyteller with so much promise ahead of her.
A look at the devastating impact on their loved ones.
You lost the love of your life today.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And insight into the past of the killer who decided to inflict so much pain.
Then things started getting a little strange with him. He threatened to punch people out, and he was...
Complete coverage now of this television tragedy. And in a matter of seconds this morning, a disgruntled former co-worker shot and killed reporter Allison Parker and her photographer Adam Ward. The horror unfolding on live television. CBS 4's Ryan Nobles joins us live now from Monetta, Virginia with the latest. Ryan.
Hey, Rick, good evening to you. And this crime scene just outside Roanoke, Virginia, where we are tonight, is still active. There is crime scene tape up here in front of the building where this shooting took place. But the scene is much less active than it was even 2 hours ago. Police have zeroed in their focus on the background of the shooter, who is now dead, Vester Lee Ferguson. They're trying to determine exactly what his specific motive was. Bryce Williams bounced around the country working as a journalist, but the man whose real name is Vester Flanagan didn't always leave on good terms. He was fired and in some instances feared. 2 years ago, management at WDBJ had to call police after firing Flanagan.
He was actually escorted by the Roanoke police out of the building because he was not going to leave willingly or under his own free will. So it was a tough situation.
But no one would have guessed this. Flanagan caught on Adam Ward's camera holding a gun. This is the last image before the feed stopped. Just seconds before, WDBJ reporter Allison Parker and cameraman Adam Ward were interviewing local Chamber of Commerce executive Vicki Gardner. Flanagan ambushed the team while filming with his own camera. He shot all three people, killing Allison Parker and Adam Ward.
Those people who were among the kindest, nicest people who worked here.
Soon, Flanagan posted his video of the shooting to social media. About 2 hours after the attack, he faxed a 23-page suicide note to ABC News. Flanagan says he was bullied for being gay and black, but was inspired to attack after the Charleston church shooting. Flanagan said he was a human powder keg, just waiting to go boom. Now friends and family remember the two journalists caught in his path, killed simply for doing their jobs. And here at the scene tonight, Allison Parker's father, Andy, and her boyfriend, Chris Hurst, who was an anchor at WDBJ. When asked about the suspect in the case, Chris Hurst said he was not surprised at all when he learned who was responsible. That's the latest. Live from just outside Roanoke, Virginia, I'm Ryan Nobles. Rick, back to you.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right, and tonight we are hearing from Allison Parker's boyfriend, Chris Hurst. He is an anchor at her station, as you just heard.
These photos are just photos of her, the most beautiful woman that I ever met, someone I never thought would love me for me, and she did. She is inside and out the most beautiful woman I ever met, and I was lucky enough to call her my girlfriend.
The couple had been together for 9 months and had just moved in together. Hurst says they frequently talked about one day getting married.
Flanagan's murderous act is getting attention in part, of course, because it involved a TV crew on live television. But experts say it's a classic case of workplace violence. As you heard, Flanagan left his job at WDBJ on bad terms. Management said that he had made co-workers feel uncomfortable, even threatened. He tried to sue the station after he was fired, but that case was thrown out. Dr. Harley Stock is a board-certified forensic psychologist who specializes in workplace violence. He says all these things should have been red flags.
These things do not come out of the blue. He is he was pathologically attached. Pathological attachment means that the person is unable to psychologically detach themselves from the workplace. They're like psychologically crazy glued to the workplace.
And more broadly, Stock says there is a lesson for all employers when they're considering a potential new hire.
When somebody is doing a background check or a reference check of a potential employee, they need to ask this question of the past employer. Is there any reason that we need to be concerned about a potential act of violence from this individual?
Well, it might sound like a crazy question, but the courts say it is perfectly legal to ask and that former employers are required to answer the question honestly. Stay with CBS 4 News and CBSMiami.com for continuing coverage as new information is released about the TV crew killed.